Just arrived at Eden Audio this morning is the Manunta Classic Stereophonic Integrated Amplifier. You may be thinking to yourself, who exactly are Manunta? And that is probably a pretty good question, but I probably think you may already be aware of who Manunta are, because they are actually owned by Marco Manunta of M2 Tech. I've actually had M2 Tech products here in the past, where I had their Rockstar series. And I can tell you straight away, this thing is in a completely different class. I had the young DAC and preamplifier. I think it was the Mark IV version. Whatever it was the latest version at the time, but as I say, I can't recall if it was the version 4 or version 5, but there's something in the back of my mind that's telling me it was the young version 4. I had that matched to, again, M2 Tech Class D monoblock power amplifiers. And I'm going to tell you this straight away, even listening to this thing for just a few minutes or so, this thing absolutely blows away those Class D monoblock amplifiers. I've only had this for a short period of time. Like I said, it's just arrived here this morning. And I'm speechless. This thing, this amplifier, without a shadow of doubt, is simply the best amplifier I've ever had here at Eden Audio. I'm absolutely lost for words. I'm struggling actually to find the words to describe how good this amplifier is. As I say, the previous young Rockstar series that I had from M2 Tech it's like a toy compared to this thing. Honestly, the build quality, the sound quality, this amplifier is in a totally different league. It's not even funny. This isn't a cheap amplifier, but neither is it mega expensive like some of the high-end audio. In the UK, this is going to be retailing, I think, for about £4,600. So it's not cheap, but it's not mega ridiculously expensive like we know some high-end audio products can be. But seriously, I'm speechless, utterly speechless, how this amplifier sounds. I just can't describe how good it sounds. Honestly, it's one of those amplifiers that you just must have a listen to. And you're not going to believe what I've got them connected to. I'm telling you straight, I've got them connected to those little speakers there at the moment. I'm going to connect them to the Pylon Audio J20s a little bit later. But just for giving it a quick listen, see what it sounded like, I connected it to the NHT Super Zeros 2.1s. Now these things, would you believe it, come in at under £300. Yeah, under £300. And you connect that amplifier to it and you think you're listening to something probably with another zero on the end. You wouldn't believe you're listening to a 270 odd pound pair of loudspeakers. You think you're listening to something sort of £2,000-ish. It's ridiculous. Believe me, I'm not using hyperbole here. This amplifier is stunning. Absolutely stunning. The bass on this thing, it's a different level. It's a completely a different level. The authority, the scale of the sound, the stereo image. It's like, you know, when you're in a cinema and you're sitting right at the very front and you get the full impact of that movie. That's what it's like listening to this amplifier. The authority and the scale of this amplifier is on a different planet. It's a different level, honestly, believe me. I think it's only about 60 watts per channel. But my goodness me, I think you're listening to something far more powerful than that, believe me. The authority in the bass on this thing is remarkable. The presence in the vocals is stunning, lifelike, holographic, brilliant. Oh, it just draws you into the music like no other amplifier has ever done. Now, Marco hasn't contacted me. He doesn't know that I'm saying this, but I'm telling you straight off of the bat, this amplifier, without a shadow of doubt, is the best amplifier I've had here at Eden Audio. I'm not ultra high-end dealer. I sort of do sort of more mid to entry level, but I'm speechless. I'm utterly speechless when it comes to this amplifier. You may be aware that HiFi Pig have also recently, just last week in fact, I think they've just published it now, reviewed this amplifier. And the lady that reviewed that, Janie I think her name is, it seems like me and her have come to the same conclusion about this amplifier. It's ridiculous, honestly. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of money, but sonically, you'd think you're listening to something even more expensive than what it actually is. This is going to scare a lot, I think, personally, of very, very expensive amplifiers. The build quality, ridiculous. It's built like a tank, about 15, 16 kilos. Remote control, which I need to look into a little bit later how it all works. You get a phono stage. One thing I think you've got to be very careful with this amplifier, which you should be with all amplifiers, to be honest with you, is when you connect your speaker cables, interconnects, anything like that, make sure that this amplifier must, absolutely must, be powered off. There's no protection circuit on this amplifier to give it the best sound. I think I'm right on that. But like I say, whenever you connect this amplifier, always make sure it is turned off. Again, you've got to listen to this amplifier. It's one of those amplifiers that you've just got to put on your wish list. It is remarkable, unbelievable. It is a huge, huge, huge leap in sound quality over the Rockstar series. Sound, sonically, build, everything about this amplifier is miles better than the Rockstar series. This is something else, this amplifier, believe me. This is something else. I can't praise, honestly, I can't praise enough how good this thing sounds. I'm going to enjoy listening to this thing. I'll tell you, I'm going to enjoy listening to this thing for hours. This makes your music pop, brings it to life. The musicians are in the room with you. They're like giving you a personal concert. It is unbelievable. An absolute gorgeous sounding thing. Brilliant job you've done there, Marco, I'm afraid. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Come on, you got to check this thing out. Check it out wherever you live. If you've got a chance to have a listen to this amplifier, pop along and see if I'm right. If you agree with me, great. But please check it out and see if you agree with me, because this is an amplifier that must and deserves to be listened to. There it is, the Manunta Classic Stereophonic Integrated Amplifier. Go on, check it out. I think you'll love it.